Hi, it's Lou Agave from Long Island Lou Tequila on Facebook, Instagram, the web, and TikTok. We're here today with Dan Agave.
What's up?
He's back. He's in from Brooklyn. I haven't seen him in a while with this COVID crap, right?
Yep.
So, we did a review recently, the two of us, on my social media. Go look for it on the Single Barrel. Remember that?
Amazing.
We liked it. We really liked it. And this was given to me as a gift. These wonderful Gonzalez family. Look at this. When I was down, when we were both in Siete Leguas just a month or two ago. And it was just, look what they put. They etched it, Long Island Lou Tequila, and they put the Lou Agave. I was honored. We did a review on this, and we liked it, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We liked it. Now, I've had this before, the D'Antano. We're going to do that now. And I like that a real lot. But we gave high marks to this. I think it was in the 90s, right? Right about 90, something like that.
Right close to
right,
it.
yeah. And we liked it a lot, the single barrel, meaning one barrel, and everything that came out of that one barrel was in here, and we gave you the barrel number and all of that at the time. Now, the way that this works, Dan, is, this is a blend. So, the wonderful son, Juan Fernando Gonzalez Oliveras, was telling me that they use about 5 or 6 barrels when they blend for the D'Antano. And they're usually between 5 and 8 year old, aged barrels. So these are, he's going to pour while we talk. We're going to let it properly breathe and everything before we give you our notes. And so we just pop this bottle open. So
what's the proper way to hold something like this?
Sure, why not? Whatever you like. Keep the label outside. So this is the American version, okay? The Mexican versions, and we've seen other style bottles. I think they're a little different. 40 ABV, 80 proof. Mexican version might be 38. Not quite sure. Not cheap. Listen, I paid like $2.69 on Long Island here. I bought this myself. And, cheers, salud. Look at the colors, nice and rich. So let it sit for a while, swirl it around. This way we can really give the people a proper. Z's Old Town has this for like $2.49. But like I said, I think I paid $2.69. It's up there. Right? So it's
worth it, though, from what I remember.
Listen, if you're coming from the cigar world, you like cigars, and you like whiskey bourbon, oh, this is going to be your baby, because I've had it, and oh, my God. So it's a special occasion kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Something like, my daughter's getting married in a month, something like that. You want to sit down and have a sip about so you don't blow through it. You sip it, and you take your time with it. But anyway, just wanted to tell you, so Siete Leguas is NOM 1120. It's in the Los Altos area of Ajo Totonico. How do you like that one? I've been practicing. Ajo Totonico, El Alto. So what a beautiful area, right?
Oh, probably the most beautiful. Well, up there.
It was in the top two.
Top two,
right?
Two with Fortaleza, probably.
Gorgeous grounds.
Yeah.
But so many great experiences. We went to 9 or 10 distilleries. Oh, my God, what a trip that was. Really phenomenal. And they have a beautiful river that runs along, but I understand that the water from this coming from a spring, not from the river. The way they do it here is Siete Leguas is all estate-grown agaves, and Juan Fernando was showing us how they cut the piñas. They leave an inch to, for the flavors. You get some herbal notes, and there's a lot of flavors. A lot of those companies that just shave it, like you just see white. Too smooth and sweet. It's just bland. You're missing a lot of, tequila attributes. So and I have that on a video, okay, along with their shredder roller in operation and their Tohona with the 2 donkeys. It's all videos on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok. That's Long Island Lou Tequila. You guys got to check this stuff out. I've been putting a lot of educational stuff out. So, 7 Leguas. It means 7 leagues. Now, what does 7 leagues mean? That's the name of Pancho Villa's horse. He was called the 7 Leagues, okay? And Pancho Villa, Mexican Revolution hero. We saw pictures of him, remember?
Yep.
They have pictures of him and 7 Leagues right there at the distillery. Amazing old photos, real photos. It was great. And so the original owner of the distillery, would be Juan Fernando Gonzalez. His dad, Fernando Gonzalez's dad, named it after the horse 7 Leagues, otherwise known as Siete Leguas. And what it basically means, it's the length of distance that a man can travel on a horse in one day. 7 leagues, So that's how that all came to do. They have like 3 distilleries in one, right?
We got to see the new one too. That I don't think we could talk about too much.
They didn't want us taking photos. It should go online any second. Now that one's going to be called La Victoria. That has a 3 Tahona pit. We're allowed to say that. Gorgeous
state-of-the-art facility.
Oh my Lord, it's phenomenal. Great
carpets to wheel the donkeys down, right?
The donkeys there's a nice ramp that leads from outside where they weigh the agave. There's a big weigh. When you see a truck weighing station, they got the same thing with a scale in the ground. They dump it all on there. They weigh it all, and then it's on like a slope. So the donkeys, when they cut everything up and they're ready, the donkeys have to come down to get into the pit. And they said they were a little scared to come down the ramp. They were slipping. But this family really takes care of their animals. A lot of people are going to worry about that. So what they do, they put they
rolled out the carpet for the
there's
donkeys.
Like a carpet, a gritty carpet,
a mat,
so they don't slip. And they practiced with them, and they're fine with it now. And then they go into the pit, and it's got sand, easy on their feet. I mean, they really. And even when we saw the original Tahona pit, they stop them every few minutes, and they give them a rest and everything. So it's all done the right way. They have, like I say, 3 facilities, you can call it, in the one distillery, you could call it. And then basically you have the El Centenario, which is I think the original, and then they have the La Vencedora. So one of them uses the Tahona pit. Okay, I think that's the El Centenario, which is going to be the same procedure as the new La Victoria, and that's going to be the ones that use the fibers in the distillation, in the fermentation, and then they do put it in distillation pots as well. The other distillery, La Vencedora, is a roller mill maceration, and I have the video on that too. So me and him,
I'm excited to try this. The last time I had their XA was down they took us down in the dungeon. They had to get special approval from the CRT, and they siphoned out some, I don't know, how old was it? It was 17 years old.
14 or 15-year-old barrel. Remember the proof? 124.
They had to dilute it afterwards.
But, I loved it, but they thought I was nuts. And then a lot of people, some of our gang
Arturo,
liked it.
The master distiller, was like, we have to cut it down a little more.
Arturo Valle Salido, he cut it down with water after we got
it was better that way after.
Yeah, it was kind of, I guess, but I loved it at 124.
Fernando agreed with me.
Yeah, so we were, like I say, the son, Juan Fernando Gonzalez Olivares, wonderful young man, got along great with my son. I guess I seem to be around the same age. The dad was phenomenal. The family, beautiful family. Everyone involved, the guides, everyone there, along with Arturo. So they took us down in this dungeon.
They treated us like part of the family. They were, incredible.
And we had Grover with us, and they took us down. Grover was like, hey, this is a special what they're doing. They got special permission from the CRT to open that barrel, which it was their extra añejo. It wasn't single barrel as far as I know. So I'm going to guess it's sort of like the Diantano, because I think it was a blended tequila that was in that one barrel.
That was probably the best XA. That was the best XA I think I've ever had.
So the CRT gave them special permission to do this for us, and they had to video it. Remember? So we're down in this dark little basement cellar, all the way at the bottom, and we're down there. We're down there with video cameras. So the crew had to do that to be able to prove to the CRT that Arturo was opening it properly and all of that. It was very interesting, right?
All right?
Really, really.
It's time to smell.
Okay, so we're gonna go in for the nosing now. Woo! This is big and bold. Big and bold. This is not for weaklings. This is a strong. Come on, what a nose!
I think it's incredible. I don't know.
Incredible.
I don't know. Not for weaklings. It's got
not
a nice
for
cherry,
weaklings. Not for someone who wants a light extra añejo. This is a heavy, deep, bold. Yeah, the cherries there. The sweet, the honey. Imagine that honey like that. It's just like the honey you smell in the distilleries.
It's just very pleasant. Very overall.
Sweet cooked agave with honey. Believe it or not, I could smell it. I can't believe it.
All
The
right.
cherry from the wood. Don't forget, we were saying there's about 5 or 6 barrels that were blended together, all 5 to 8 years old, American white oak used barrels.
I've been smelling it for 8 minutes while you've been talking, so now it's time to drink.
You could sip while I continue to tell them I smell fruit. It's floral, it's fragrant, it's got caramel, vanilla,
Oh my God.
butterscotch, it's smoky, it's got nutmeg.
It's even better than I remember.
This is really got a lot of stuff going on with the nose. All right.
Wow. Better than I even remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the caramel, the vanilla, the butterscotch, the honey, some
man.
spice,
it's a great,
some
just a great combination of a little bit of a spice to it, but mixed with floral and fruit
and cinnamon, and again caramel. Like I say, some cherry chocolate notes, spice, and you can taste the agave. You can taste it after all this time. You know, like I say, 5 to 8 years. These barrels, 5 or 6 of them, and then blended. Let the oak go by first. You know, once the wood dissipates a little.
That's the one thing that I picked up the most down in Mexico was you want to have the appreciation for the agave itself. You don't want too many things interfering with that. So this does a great job mixing everything together while still keeping the agave.
How I don't know how they do it. You know, there's only a few people that know how to do that. Yeah. By the way, I want to thank David Graspy for getting us in for that private VIP tour for my gang. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. And again, you know, the whole family was phenomenal. The 3 distilleries, together they just simply called Casa Siete Leguas. So that's what they just, welcome to the Casa means it's the 3 facilities. They're down the block from each other, the 2 that we were in, one with the shredder roller, the old one, and then the old Tahona. They're just a few feet from each other down on the same street, and then the new one is behind it, right? It was over to the right where the river was. Gorgeous area. What a beautiful area. I put this, you know, and I always said it, it's expensive, but so are the other ones I'm going to make. I put this in my favorite top 3 extra añejos presently sold on the earth.
Presently sold. All right,
and that would be with the Tirzalona and the Tapatio Excelencia. He kind of likes the Paradiso, maybe a little better than the Tapatio Excelencia. So they're like a tie kind of thing. Yep. So these are like, between those 2 being a tie, this is in the top 3, in my opinion, closely, though, I have to say, closely followed by many others. I mean, let's face it, you know, you have some other real killers right behind it. But I put, you know, Tears is up there. It's not cheap either, and neither is this. And Tapatio is delicious, and he likes the Paradiso as well.
What are we forgetting?
Man, no, it is
Cascoin.
The Cascoin, you know, has got the French oak, and then the regular, and then you have Ray Sol, and you have, you know, Alchemia. There's so many. This is in the top 3 for me, guys. Notice this is something a lot of you don't buy because the price puts people off. But let's face it, Tears is up there now.
Worth the price.
Yeah, and you know, the prices just keep going up now. I don't know if you know that. It's been getting insane, especially with the XAs.
Are these hard to find still?
This is the U.S. version. There's not a lot of them around, but you will find them. They're around. The Mexican versions, I don't think you ever really see too many of them here. This is really good. So, you know, I started to tell you before, it's all estate-grown agaves, all right? And then they always do stone oven cook 72 hours. They blend. Now, Siete Leguas is famous for, it's a blend of maceration. They blend shredderola macerated agaves with the Tahona, and they're going to continue to always do that, all right? And, you know, Juan Fernando Gonzalez Oliveira was telling me even the new facility, La Victoria, is going to act exactly like El Centenario is. So they're going to put fibers in the fermentation tanks, okay, and they're going to use the Tahona, just like that one. They're the same. The other guy is the La Vencedora, is going to continue to be no fibers in the fermentation tank, and it's shredderola. It's going to be the only place that, and the 3 of them together, Casa Siete Leguas. What a phenomenal place.
What would you give this numerical?
I'm going to take another sip and then really evaluate it. But I can tell you now, I like it a little better than the single barrel. That's my opinion.
Agreed.
Single barrel, I remember it being astringent. Remember how it dried real quickly on our tongue? Which is cool. But this is fruity and
the single barrel is
sweet
definitely
and
a little
watery. It's just right. This got more. I don't know, how do I say it? It's just got, it's just a lot more.
There's a lot more flavors going on.
They, and sweeter and fruitier.
They gel together real nicely, and yeah, it's just it's incredible. Wow. Probably my top 3, top 4 all time.
So I tell you what, I'm going all the way up. I'm going 93. I'm going to go 93. This is going to be, you know, like I say, you know, I don't remember what I rated Tears and Tapatio Excelencia. I think they were 92 and 93. They're all. Like,
you should have a chart of your reviews.
Yeah, but they're all, I know they're all right there within a point or so of each other. This is 93 for me.
I'm going to go 94.
Whoa. Wow, and he loves his extra añejos. That's really cool. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's just a phenomenal place, I have to say. It's worth the price for special occasions, no doubt about it. And, you know, most of you know that the original Patron was made at Siete Leguas, the original. You knew that, I think. I told you that, right? And then they moved out, and this is the bomb right here. Siete Leguas is a great brand, a really, really great brand. I mean, they stayed solid all along. They never changed. They never watered down, if you know what I mean. They refused to do that. We met the people involved, and you could just tell looking at them. They're not playing those games. They don't care if you like it or not. They're going to make it this way, and that's the way they're going to always do it. And it's really nice.
Any fan of XA should have this, no doubt. It's worth the price.
Yeah, and we watched them put the fibers, jammed them into the copper distillation pots. The guy was squeezing it in there with a rake. So they let those fibers, which add an extra punch, they let it actually not only ferment with the fermentation process, they put it in a distillation. It really adds a lot to it. Then when it's all done, they do simple cellulose. They use pads for filtering at the end, very light filtering kind of thing, and they use that water I told you about from the natural spring, and there's never additives in this, It's really, this is just a beautiful brand.
After chewing on the fresh agave right off the ground, you kind of always remember that taste when you drink it now.
To me, it was about honey, and it was about sweet potato and candy yam. Remember? Oh my God, I loved it. It was just, and it's in here. You can actually taste it in here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
Right? Right? It's really great. I really like this a lot. So, you got Siete Leguas, D'Antonio, Extra Anejo. We're giving it high marks. This is phenomenal. And Dan Agave, we remember the tasting down there, and it just went on forever, it seems. And, boy, this is really bringing back memories, isn't it? So, guys, listen, it's worth the money. This is worth the money. We'll talk to you soon. Lou Agave, Dan Agave. And by the way, if you like my shirt, you can have logos made. You could just get in touch with Agave, Tequila, and Margarita on Instagram. Check out Adolfo. He does great work. Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Siete Leguas, D'Antonio.